Hey. What is going on, gang? Just doing another audio check here, making sure you guys are good. Can you guys hear me okay? Cool. What's going on? I attempted a long earlier on this inverse head and shoulders, really thinking that we'd be able to break up, but this 200 EMA spot is going to kick my ass, it looks like. Might actually move my stop loss at least below the candle bar here, just so that I can be a little bit more reasonable on my stop loss. But yeah. Yeah, honestly, I was going to say, if I wasn't in the long, Bulgy, I would have 100% taken that short. But I was really hoping that we would be able to break out of this. But apparently, NQ wants to say no bueno. What's going on, Ibrahim? Leo, how's it going? Oscar, what's going on? Zia, what up? Yeah, NQ's just been having a lot of weakness lately, especially during our session. I need to give up this long thesis here, man. But yeah, Baljeet, very solid, man. Like, when I took this inverse head and shoulders, kind of looking for a break, I was looking to see if we can at least kind of move up towards the VWAP here. But this 200 EMA really, like, it just held us down here. So if we don't hold this area and bounce back up, then yeah, I'm very likely going to get taken out here. But all is good. Trade probabilities, right? Not every trade's going to work out. 27.423, nice. What's your target right now, Buljeet, on that short? What up, MobX? What's going on, Jazza? Yo, what's going on, AJ? Hey, Ben Riley. Rake is asleep, my man. Rake does not stream this part of the session. This is where I take the stream. 30 points off of, what is it, 742? So 74, was it 7423? So it'll be right here. Shooting about 30 points. Yeah, I mean, if it follows through, Bulgy, if this whole bear flag kind of follows through, you will get your target. But yeah, the only risk is whether or not they'll bounce kind of where my stop loss is, but we'll see. If it can follow through on that bear flag for you, I can see that working out. Yeah, man, all good. How'd you guys do? Did any of you guys trade New York? I saw New York's price action, man. That was AIDS. That was some real bad price action this morning. I woke up and like was just getting my kids ready for school and everything. Took a peek at the chats and I was like, oh my goodness, was that hell? Hey, Olivia. Yeah, man. I know quite a few people that got pretty messed up over the New York session this morning, and honestly, I can't even blame you. One of those good examples this morning, actually, of where would have been a good idea to just have range expectations and not shoot for too much. Today, I'm gonna see if we can hit a higher like on the videos than we ever have before. I'm gonna see if we can shoot for 200 thumbs up today. If we can do 200 thumbs up today, I'll be doing another 50K end of day drawdown account with Apex. Yeah, FOMC. Actually, I haven't even taken a look at gold yet. How's gold doing? Oh, yikes. Gold's just taking a poop. Wow. Well, if you guys remember on the one of the streams that we had a little ways back, the 4670 was a pretty important spot to watch on gold. So we'll see what we do there, if we bounce or whether or not we're going to melt through that. And Baljeet, just because last time you told me that I had to have bubble tea on hand, I ordered bubble tea for tonight, so it's going to arrive in 5 minutes. Let's see what the hourly looks like in the NQ. Yeah, hey Jake, what's going on, man? How you doing? Yeah, for you guys hopping on the stream, I took this trade kind of as an inverse head and shoulder long setup that I really wanted to see get follow through. I could have shot for 1R. 1R was basically up here actually. I could have taken it for 1R, but I kind of was looking for a little bit more. I was hoping for at least 2R on this trade. But now obviously getting my ass handed to me for not taking it for 1R. Oh well, it is what it is at this point. There you go. I got stopped out. I wish you the best of luck, Buljeet. You're getting pretty close to your target, right? 393. Here you go. Here you go. Let's get it. 393. Let's hope you get that target right there. Nice pull down here. Have you trailed your stop loss? Where's your stop loss at now, Buljeet? One of our peeps on the chat here is in a short trade right now. So cheering her on. There you go. That's your trade right there. Almost there, Buljeet. I hope you get this. This would be a nice 2-hour short trade for you. How much size do you have in the short trade, Buljeet? Six micros. All right, let's get it. 6 micro trade for Buljeet. Getting the short trade right here. Let's get it. You are literally 5 points away from TP. Jake, you took that short on gold? Nice, nice. Hey, let's go. Look at gold go. Let's see how gold retraces here. I'm just looking at my other chart right now as well. What's going on, right guy? Damn, you feel 2 minis on that short, Jake? You getting paid then. Yeah, that was a clean bear flag short here. I was hoping for this follow through on the inverse for longs, but didn't work out for me. Didn't work out. 1R would have been on the table, but no bueno for 2R. Nice. That TP hit for you, Buljeet? Yeah, there it is. 30 points for Buljeet on that short trade. Let's go. Nice. Good short, man. Good short. Hey, the X-Punisher. What's going on? $20 micros on that gold short. Let's go, guys. You guys are eating up those shorts. Let's go. Nice, nice, nice. This is a very classic descending triangle setup on gold, by the way. I don't know where some of you guys took your entry point, but this was a clean, oops. This was a very clean descending triangle short setup right here. The moment we broke, we sank. For those who like breakout trades, I mean, that right there was what? That was an 18-point drop at the break of the descending triangle. That's banger, dude. Yeah, that was huge. Nice job, guys. Nice job. That's a good way to start off the night or finish off the night, depending on what you're doing right now. Let's see if NQ has followed through to the downside here or not. Not interested in longs anymore at this point, but we'll see. I have this area of interest here, so I don't know if we're gonna bounce off of it like the way that we bounced off of it over here, or we just do that and we melt through. Yeah. So for the guys who are hopping in right now, if we get to 200 thumbs up on the video, we're going to knock out a 50K end of day Apex account for you, the gang here. Let's rack them up. Let's rack them up. Yeah, that short trade was awesome on gold though. That would have been sweet. Like very comfy 2R, 3R. Yeah, basically 4R at that point. Just solid. And then on the NQ, we're still pushing right now. I really liked that failure. So if I wasn't in the long already, that short trade was very classic. So I'm really glad, Buljeet, you caught that. Just for the chat, guys, Buljeet is one of the students that work with me. So that short trade that she took was very, very nice. It 100% checks some of the boxes for me. But for me, I also, when we talk about longs, you might ask the question, Alan, if you were in your long, why didn't you just close your long and flip the shorts? I'm very big on not micromanaging my trades. So if I took a long with a thesis and it fails, then it fails, and it's what it is, what it is. But yeah, I absolutely love that. And Jake, you too, man. I'm glad you guys were able to catch that gold. So 2 different students, one caught a gold short, the other one caught a short on the NQ. So really nice trade, guys. And for the go, even just for the chat in general, man, really, really solid trade on you guys' end as well. Apparently my bubble tea is here, so I'm gonna be right back. I just gotta go to my door and go grab it. I'll be right back, guys. All right, gang, I'm back. I am back. Buljeet, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. I blame you. Yeah, 100%. That was a very good call on your end, Buljeet. I mean, that's why we size for the risk, right? I took my longs on a 1 contract trade. If I felt really good about it, I would have sized more. So in your case, for your short, for me, I probably would have taken 2 minis on that short. Let's see how we hold beneath this AOI now. You can see us continuing further. Let's see what our candles do here. AOI is just my acronym for areas of interest. So if I ever have spots on a chart where I'm interested in, I not mark it down. So earlier I had this AOI marked and I posted it in the Discord as well. And you can see here that we bounced it pretty accurately. And we had a nice kind of like, I think this was like about 30 points, was it? Was it 30 points? Yeah, more than 30 points. We had a really solid move up actually from there. So I was kind of hoping to see if we would come back down, maybe like double bottom it, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that. So now the question is, will we get a continuation? I don't want to chase the trade, but if we can get a hold below this AOI, maybe we have a setup here. $27,385, $27,385. Taking a short. Ibrahim. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Hey, what's going on, Chris? What up, on Selling pressure is pretty strong here. I like that price is holding beneath this, but I'm skeptical. This kind of trade kind of feels like chasing for me. That's the reason why I kind of feel like hesitating here. Right now, I like the way that we're holding. Like we basically pushed beneath my area of interest, and now it looks like we're trying to hold below my area of interest as well. So it makes me think we might be able to get a continuation. The thing about these types of trades and why I don't like them though, because right now we already had like a big 50-point move from where I normally would have entered my short. And so now it's kind of like I almost want to see a little bit better of a pullback before I enter. Otherwise, it does really feel like I'm just chasing this trade right now. Hence why I don't really want to do it. What's a go-to boba drink? Oh man, I don't really have one, man. I think every brand has their solid flavors. Like for this place, I like their like mango pomelo or their like coconut drinks. This is like a coconut milk with coconut pudding. And what's up, David? Yeah, I don't know if it's reversal time. This would be a very random spot to reverse. Like if we reverse, maybe if we come down to the level and we show some sort of failure, then maybe we could look at that. But I don't feel good about doing it otherwise. Yeah. I am interested though. Like I wouldn't mind taking a long if we tag the level down there. Let's see. Let's see what we do here. Gold? What's gold doing right now? Let's take a look. I don't know if I actually even marked my gold chart, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Today's been a crazy day. My Mondays are my worst days as far as like how long my days are. Like to give you guys some perspective, I've literally been in meetings since like early this morning. So I've been going on like 14 hours already. So I haven't really had a chance to, and I had a couple one-on-ones with students today as well. So I definitely had to have a chance to actually even get to my chart. Let's see what we do here though. We go for previous day low at 27,298. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, right now, this would be very random to go long, to be honest. Like, I feel like I should attempt a short here and give it a stab. I should be a little bit more patient on this move, though. I'm going to hang tight. I'm going to hold off. We'll see. I do want to play the continuation, guys. I do. I don't think we're going to go up, not at least from here. Like, if we're going to go up, I really do want us to come down lower. Like, yeah, sure. But whether it's the previous day low or even just the level, I would ideally like to come down there and maybe find a long. But until then, I'd like to kind of keep the short outlook. I think overarchingly, what I'm trying to look to happen here is we sweep the lows and then we just push all the way back up. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, like, again, with FOMC and all that stuff, maybe we might not get that move tonight. But I like the daily bar, right? Like, we have a pause bar from the prior days, and I'm just thinking that maybe we sweep the low and then we'll continue and push further from there. That's kind of what my thought points are right now. Let's go take a look at a couple things here. Let's see. Today's what? Today's Monday. Tomorrow is Consumer Insights, and then we have FOMC on Wednesday. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's possible that we get a break. I'll kind of go over to the daily time frame quickly so that you guys kind of know what I'm talking about here. Like this. Like, if we sweep down here before we continue higher, I mean, I think that's possible. And I would like to see if we can, like, set a new all-time high as we go from Asia into London and then London into New York. I mean, that would be pretty sweet. But yeah, for all we know, we might just honestly range in this area until FOMC. So that's the shitty part about it. Yeah, there's a lot going on coming up. Hey, what's going on, Hex? Yeah, I'm just keeping the forecaster box up. I'm just gonna take a look and keep an eye. I mean, it's holding beneath the AOI, but maybe another thing that I could potentially look for is that maybe we'll retest this area here, and then I can take my shorts afterwards. But we'll see. If I do this, it'll definitely be a 2-hour trade, just because I want to keep my stop. I don't want to stay tight, but based on the way the structure is forming right now, ideally, I probably need enough room for this trade to make sense. Yeah, we'll see. Hey, Alan, what are your thoughts on Top Step lowering max payouts to 2K? What does that say about them as a business? Crazy. I remember when they had to pay no payout limit at all. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to speculate what's going on. I would imagine that in any business, right? If they're starting to tighten up their rules, it honestly could be just the fact that maybe their ratios of payout to what their business model is, maybe it's not as great as they would have liked. I mean, they recently rolled out their 40% consistency rule accounts where you can do 3 days of trading, 40% consistency, and get a max payout of $6,000 with them. And now they've obviously kind of pulled back on it. And I would imagine, just as a business, they probably ran that 40% consistency rule model to see if they could generate more business. And my guess is it probably hasn't worked out as much as they would have liked, which is probably why they've peeled back. Now, as a trader who always likes to look at things, or I should say just a person in general who likes to look at things as a half cup full situation, my guess right now is that or the way that I would perceive this is that if the amount has lowered, technically speaking, as far as getting to target, you'll get there a lot faster, because I do know that mentally for a lot of traders, they'll try to get that max payout, which sometimes becomes their detriment. So if a max payout is only $2,000 now, for example, instead of $6,000, well, I mean, you don't technically have to shoot as crazy of a position anymore to get a payout. So I guess kind of pros and cons. Like that's how I would try to positively look at it. But yeah, I'm actually looking at Funded Next right now. I might take on Funded next week. We'll see. Gold. Let's take a look. Yeah. Yeah, I can see the gold short continuation here. Are you still in a short right now, Jake? Hey, Roy, how's it going, man? No, I'm not in a trade right now. I attempted a long on the NQ on the inverse head and shoulder pattern, Could have taken a trade for about 1 hour, but I got stopped out because I was shooting for 2 instead. So it's all good. One of the things I talk a lot about, guys, as a community, people ask me a lot of times, what do I value more, R multiple or win rate? I would say both equally, really depending on obviously the market structure. Just understand that statistically speaking, and again, as a business person, I can't help but just think in everything in binary statistical numbers. The longer a trade is exposed in the market, the lower the probability becomes. Just remember that, right? And so it's kind of like leaving your soldiers, so to speak, out in the battlefield. The longer you leave them out, the higher probability that they're going to get shot, right? So when I look at trades, often I like to go for 1R if I'm like, you know what, I'm not feeling amazingly confident. Maybe this is a B setup, not an A plus, not an A. Maybe it's a B setup. Then I'm happy. I'll take a shot. I'll take my shot for 1R. And if I walk away as a winner, you know what? Not bad. It was a B setup. I wasn't expecting a lot. I sized lower, shot for less, 1R, call it a day, right? If it looks a little bit better, then I'll shoot for a little bit more. Sometimes if I have like a B to A, then I'll like kind of what like the long setup was earlier, then I'll shoot for 2R, but I'll still keep it as one contract because I don't want to size up anymore. So there's a lot of different ways that we can manage it, but generally speaking, you guys will hear me and see also that I take 1R trades often, and that's generally because the setups just aren't as great. And so that's the reason why I do that. Otherwise, if I have a better setup, I'll be more than happy to shoot for 2R, even 3R, and I'll even size higher for those types of trades, right? So, Rye guy, don't get married, man. Don't get married to a bias. I have not tried the MFU builder plan green. I am capped out with him actually. I've already done my $100,000 in payouts with him, so I can't trade with him anymore. So I can't even try that even if I wanted to. Hey, no part, Roy. How do you feel? How do you deal with live trailing drawdown like on TPT? How do you balance that with letting trades play out to override losses? So a few people have asked me this question many times, which is totally fair. I mean, TPT is one of the props that I trade with by far the most. This like literally right now, the account that I'm using is TPT. And so I get there's always two models. Again, this is just my opinion on things. Take it for a grain of salt. I either will size higher and go for 1R trades, or I will size much lower and go for the larger R multiple. And so what I mean by that is that, depending on the account, let's say I have a 150K account, maybe I scalp 1R trades with 2 to 3 minis at a time. But then if I was to go for a longer R multiple trade, then I'll size down to like 5 micros, or 1 mini, and take that approach instead. So that would be kind of like my 2 cents on it. Oh, excuse me. Low or high? Are we talking about the NQ? We're talking about gold. Gold's short trade, in my opinion, was better than NQ's. NQ was still good. Don't get me wrong. Like I mean, again, congratulations, Baljeet, for taking that short trade. But I think gold would just looked better on the larger time frames. Which scenario would you do the 5 markers for higher R multiple versus risking more and taking less? That's very subjective, Crypt. It depends on your setup, right? Like if you're looking at market structure and you're trying to trade a gap fill, or maybe from a level to level move perspective, you just got this huge space of room to move. Then in those scenarios, whatever the market's offering for you and what you believe makes the most sense, then take that trade setup, right? That would be my 2 cents on that. And for those who are kind of hopping in so far, I am going to be doing a 50K end of day drawdown giveaway with Apex, but I do need us to hit 200 thumbs up. We're at 42 right now. So for the 189 people watching right now, guys, drop a thumbs up. That's all I'm looking for, man. It helps build the algo. I have one of the slowest sessions out of the Avengers that are trading on the Rakes network. And so I obviously, as far as algorithm goes, I'm probably not going to get as much views naturally. So I'm really trying to get out there. And just for the new guys who are kind of tuning in, I do answer questions a lot for you guys. So because the market's slower, it gives me more opportunity to actually talk about charts and answer questions. So hopefully we can kind of do that more and more. Did gold move? Oh, gold. Yeah, that was banger. Damn, that was banger. It looked like it was trying to hold the level, and what a fake out. What a fake out. What a move. So we did talk about this, right? I mentioned this earlier on the stream. I said that if we could break below 4670, then very likely we have probability to continue lower. So that was a really nice pump to the downside. That was like a solid 15-point short to the downside off that area. Nice, very nice. Jake and Buljeet, love what you guys are looking at. Love what you guys are doing, representing our student group very well, man. I appreciate it. Plan to grab another eval with my funded futures, but I don't know which is better, Builder or Rapid. Rapid has trailing drawdown, but Builder has end of day drawdown with 50% consistency. Honestly, if you're talking about easy, I will always go with end of day drawdown. Intraday trailing is just difficult. It's a very difficult thing to trade with. I know sounds crazy I'm saying that because I trade TPT, but I just know for most people, like unless you're a scalp trader, then intraday shouldn't bother you too much. But if you are the type of person that wants to hold the trade for like 60 points, 90 points or something like that, give or take, then it's hard, man. Like it's kind of hard to ignore the end of day drawdown benefit for a trader such as yourself. Oh, thanks, Crep. I appreciate that. I just know that there are like obviously some of the more bigger platforms like the prop firms, they'll have like a much stronger viewership at nighttime. So I definitely want to crank it up and see if we can get to par with them. Um, come on, Jake, man, what are you doing here? You thought with your stomach and you paid the price, man. You paid the price. Actually, I've had people reach out asking for like partaking on my mentorship, and I actually have a lot of people from the European market, so they're like obviously a different time zone, so they're always asking if I could ever run a session, like run a class session with them, and then also conduct one-on-ones on over the European time zone. So actually, that is one of the things I've committed. So I have some students that are that are from the UK already, and I told them, I said, look, I will try to run one session in the near future, probably next couple months or so. I'll run it during the time frame for people who are in Europe, I guess Australia as well, so that you guys can, so that there's benefit to that as well, right? I saw you guys were asking about my Instagram. I'm just gonna pull it up here and share it with you guys. That's my Instagram, gang. Hey, what's going on, Peach? Barcelona, living the life. Hey, no problem, Green. So this looks good. I mean, we've reclaimed back beneath the AOI. I don't know if this is enough for us to get follow through though. It's just that last push up was pretty strong. So, but I don't know, man. Market's pretty weak. I feel like I shouldn't hesitate here. Maybe we'll shoot a shot for this. If price comes back up to my entry point, I'll take it. If not, then I'll just leave it. Let's see what we do here. Hey, what's going on, JTP? I actually just scooped up some of those Lucid Max accounts. I haven't traded them yet. No, I haven't gone around to them, but I scooped up a couple. I only actually did the 25K Lucid Max accounts just because like the drawdown to profit ratio just seems so easy to achieve. So hey, what's going on, Maroki? Oh. You're attempting another short ball, G? All right, let's go. Would you enter in at 27.3? Oh no, 27.355 is your TP. I like that TP. Yeah, that's nice. Entry was 27.387. Nice. I like that, man. I like that short entry actually, Baljeet. I think you'll get your TP. I need to get better at honestly engaging the chat while still also trading at the same time because like I often miss entries just from reading the chat, which is that's on me though. I gotta do a better job of that. Nice, Jake and Bulgy. Let's go. AZT mentorship group. Let's go. Let's lock that in. Let's lock that in, gang. Just because I can't get it doesn't mean you can't. My goodness, guys. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. I hope you guys get that follow through on the short. Kind of curious if I could. No, even if I take it now with one arm, I'm still chasing. So I'm rooting for you guys. For the guys who are in this NQ short right now, I am totally rooting for you. I missed my entry. Let's go. Let's go. You're looking for TP 355, so you're almost there already. Your target's literally right here. You're so close, Baljeet. You are so close. Let's go. Come on. You are so damn close. You're literally, look at this. What is this? Oh, did that TP hit? Let's go. All right, good stuff. I wasn't sure if you got like ticked out there for a second. Oh, there he is. There's the push. There's the push. Right on. Nice trade, Baljeet. Baljeet, 2 for 2 tonight already. I think you know what I'm going to say to you right now, right, Baljeet? Lock it up, man. Lock it up. You got 2 wins already within half an hour of the session. Nice job. Lock it up. Nice job, Baljeet. Representing the group. Representing the group. Jake, what's your TP, man? Are you still in that short? 348. 348 for my man, BJ. Oh, you are so close as well. You are so close. What's oil doing? Oh, oil's pumping right now, eh? Was there some news? Was there some news? Is that the reason why this is doing this right now? Did I miss something? Gold. Just melt. Just melt. We said this earlier, right? If gold closed beneath 46.70, we were going to move down towards the next area here. We called that out earlier, right? Hit TP. All right. Jake and Baljeet, 2 for 2. Nice job, guys. Q on 50 minute that played out. Would I consider that a head and shoulder on the 15? Yeah, I can see that. I would say that that's a head and shoulder. I agree. All right, winner. I'm glad you caught the win, but just be careful, right? We don't want to validate chasing trades because I don't know about you, but most of the time when I chase, I get burnt. So right there, guys, that trade that I was kind of just talking about with the close beneath my area of interest there, that would have been a solid 30-point trade, and you could have locked in a nice 2R on that. Baljeet caught that. Jake caught that. I know, BJ, you're still in yours right now. AB short was based off of the lower high. So the first short setup that we had was up here on that bear flag execution where we closed back beneath Globex off the rejection there of the EMA. So that was the first one. So I know Baljeet caught that short earlier. And then the second trade we got was the lower high that we just got here as well. Closed beneath my area of interest, gave us another short opportunity. So really nice work there. Silver chart. Hey, Johnny. Oh, you got it too? Let's go. Nice job, guys. What is that question? Silver chart. Silver chart. What is silver like? I don't trade silver, so let's take a look. Yeesh. Metals be melting. Yeah, I mean, that was actually You know what? Honestly, silver, that was a pretty good trigger on the daily time frames. Obviously, we'll see how we'll see how silver does as we make our way down here right now. I'd watch that. But right now, the selling pressure on gold or on metals in general is pretty strong at the moment. So for like gold right now, this was such a clean 670. I'd like to see if we could tag this channel. That would have been a solid short trade here to the downside. Very minimal, nice humble 4 or 5 point risk. Already a 27 point move. If we make it all the way to the bottom, that'll be basically a 35 point trade. So from a risk perspective, that would have been a near 7R trade short on gold. But I'd watch how we react to this channel, though. I don't know if we're just going to melt right through it, but I'd be watching that right now. Leo, you're still in the shorting on NQ, I assume? Yeah, 347, that has to be NQ. Gold to 4625. Yeah, I like that. I mean, that's like literally the bottom of my channel, 4625. You got it, man. Yeah, NQ. Yeah, no, I wouldn't chase this. This kind of lower high is not as clean as the one that we had up there. So this one I definitely would not take. Who's muted? You guys can hear me, right? Gold 1 hour untested wick. Yeah, Jesus. Why did I go to the kitchen this chat? Jake, man, you know what I'm gonna say, right? No FOMO, bro. No FOMO. Walk it off. Walk it off. If I could actually send you some GIFs right now, I'd send you the Taylor Swift "Shake It Off." Okay, you got to shake it off. There will be always other trades. There will be always other moves, gang. No FOMO. Lock the live go on demo. Charles, what did you mean by that? Nice job, Aaron. Way to go, man. All right, I got to tread carefully. The account that I am trading right now, which actually I need to switch screens right now while I just log into my broker again because I don't know why it logged me out. Give me a second here, guys. I'm just logging back into my broker. All right, I'm back in again. Okay, so I'm using my Take Profit Trader Pro account. So, again, this is my daily payout account. I logged in a daily payout yesterday, hoping to do it again today, but got to trade carefully here. Lock the live account. Got it. So you see what price is doing right now on the NQ. This is kind of what I mean by like this type of lower high is not the same as that one. Like this is just I don't like taking these kinds, to be perfectly honest, even though like you can have good reason to want to look at this. Like if I was still in the trade, sure you can manage it, but I wouldn't feel good about trying to short this right now. Chasing trades, I don't have payout goals, to be honest. I just trade what the chart gives me. I trade what the chart gives me, and if I'm done, then I'm done. I try my best not to focus on the dollar all too much. Those who are just kind of tuning in right now, guys, just kind of give you guys a quick recap. First and foremost, I'm looking for 200 thumbs up so we can do a 50K account giveaway with Apex. So if you guys are on this right now, definitely drop a thumbs up for me. I would appreciate it, means a lot. So far in the NQ, what we have seen so far is that we had a nice solid short trade coming up down here with the close beneath Globex, and then we had a nice lower high. We got quite a few of the guys in the gang here that had caught that short trade, which is a banger. Gold was the same thing. We had a nice break of this descending triangle here, and that break gave us an 18-point move to the downside. And then the next one, which is why you're seeing Jake kind of kick sand right now about it is that we were looking for that retest and close beneath the level, because we mentioned earlier that if we had closed beneath the 467, then we'd have a good opportunity to take a short trade to the downside on gold. And man, what a move. We've already seen basically a 30-point close on gold. So yeah, shorts have been paying just like yesterday's session. Solid move so far on both ends. Do you think that the lower time frames outside the New York hours is reliable as during for rate system? Uh, I can't say that for certain. Like I have quite a hybrid of an approach to the market now. Like foundationally, I learned from Jake, but many of us as traders will kind of layer things in and put our own little spin to things. I primarily trade the Asia session. If you've been following me on Instagram, you'll know my six-figure payouts that I should say my high six-figure payouts that I achieved last year. About 80% of those trades, 90% of those trades were taken over Asia. So I predominantly trade the Asia session, with London being second and then New York being third. So I mean, personally, I execute on the lower time frames, but I do leverage larger time frames to give me guidance. Hey, L7 trader, what's going on? Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. Have a good night, BJ. Does this NQ short run out of steam or still more to let to go? So, you know, I know that's always the almighty question, is how much farther can we go? I generally like to look at, like I've said this on every stream, and I'll say it again for those who are new that are hopping on the stream. I always reference the prior sessions, right? Like New York to Asia, Asia to London, London to New York. And so when I look at this, I would say that first and foremost, a level is for sure a move down, like catching this level move. Otherwise, I would see how we would kind of go stack up against the low of day for New York. That would probably be the next spot that I would watch. So yeah, can we go lower? I think so, but this is not the type of setup that I like to take, though, right? I mean, as you guys already know, who've been hopped on the stream from earlier on, I already missed my short trade up here, and I also missed my short trade down here, right? So again, my fault. I take full accountability because I'm more focused on honestly trying to answer questions and educate you guys, because I do trade quite often already as it is. So I don't FOMO about missing trades. Like I don't. You ask any of my students who are in the chat right now, they'll tell you the same thing. I am a very stoic trader. If I miss a trade, it is what it is. If I lose a trade, it is what it is. At the end of the day, as traders, as long as we know what our expected value is and our edge on the market, losses shouldn't ruin your day. So I know it's easier said than done, but that's just my perspective on it. You stick to the 2 minute. I like 2 minute, 5 minute. I execute on both. Ammo, you want me to check gold? I think gold's just melting, man. Like, gold's just melting. Look at that, man. Holy crap. What a 15-minute bar. What a 15-minute bar. That is insane. So some people, when they trade this concept, and I'm not saying I do, some people will look at this type of setup as they would look to use a Fibonacci retracement here. And what they would try to do is they see if they can retrace half the move back up, which essentially would be that. So if someone wants to long gold for some reason right now, and I'm no way am I saying I would long gold, but that would be an idea of like a retracement trade before you continue down lower. What up, Geo? Yeah, I don't. So when I mark my levels, 100%. You're a fellow MM, so you know what I'm talking about already. I don't mark levels on any other time frame other than the original MM levels. Oh, Leo, you are? Okay, then you probably know what I'm talking about then, right? Like, I'll give you an example here, right? I'm not... What would a long position look like here? If I were to risk, wow. It's kind of crazy to think that this is 7 points because like we just had that big move. So if I want to go for a 1R trade using the Fibonacci retracement, this is essentially what it would look like. I would long this up here. And essentially what I would be looking for is I'd be looking for a move up towards the 50% retracement mark or less. I mean, that's completely obviously up to the person who decides how they would want to trade this setup, but that's essentially what that would look like. But for me, this is just really dicey to be long because there's just so much selling pressure. I don't know if we will lose steam just yet. I guess 1R now would be about this. 5 points. What is it? 5.5. So you could attempt a long. I mean, I think that's a pretty, like, if there was a risk RR, this would be a kind of a safe RR in a sense of where you're not shooting for a lot, right? So an R, again, the concept here is that after a really big sell off, we're using Fibonacci to see if we can retrace the move before we continue selling further. And so this would be an example of how you would kind of look for that. As far as my trading system goes, none of this makes sense. Like I wouldn't long here at all. This makes no sense to me, just in terms of like where we're at in the chart. But I'm just saying that I can understand why someone who might leverage different instruments might want to take a long there. Just not my cup of tea. You're scalping their retracement trade. Don't get burnt doing that too much, bro. Just saying. AB, if you follow my direct YouTube account, you'll kind of see some of my videos that I posted over the course of time. I will post up the link here for you. Just give me a second. I haven't posted it in the my YouTube channel in quite some time now because of the fact that I've been streaming here 5 days a week. So it doesn't really give me a lot of time to do anything else. But my YouTube is there, though, if you guys want to take a look. And then for the newcomers right now as well, if you guys, Instagram-wise, my Instagram's there as well. We're about 52 minutes into the streamer. That is insane, gang. Let's get some thumbs up in the chat, guys. We got about 244 viewers. We got 100 thumbs up. I'd love to get to 200 thumbs up, and that will trigger me to do the giveaway immediately for the gang. Let's see if we can do that, guys. Let's see if we can do that. Thumbs up on the stream. I don't think thumbs up in the chat will help. It has to be on the stream, just FYI. My mentor that taught me levels use fibs for the 0 to E lot. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of people that trade Fibonacci's. It's just not my instrument of choice. Generally speaking, the only time I would leverage it is if I was looking at like if I was looking at larger timeframes and larger moves, then I'll reference like the 50% retracement. I'm just gonna fix my light here because, like, man, I feel like it's like super bright. Is that better? No, that now seems that might be a little bit too dark. Is that a little bit better? That's a little bit better, I think. So long wise, you can kind of see here already, like, it looks like we're trying here. It looks like we're trying. I don't know, again, if we're to get 50%, but I mean, a 1R would be very low risk here. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, no joke, man. What do you like looking for when entering off a head and shoulder or double triple in either direction? Well, I mean, aside from so Anam, to your question, aside from like obviously the chart pattern itself, generally speaking, if I'm seeing that, I would like to see that candles form in a way that supports the direction that you're trying to head towards, right? It obviously helps if you've got a level there. So yeah, that would be my 2 cents. Hey, Money Bag, what's going on? What's going on? It's good to see you in here. Hey, Dennis, what's going on? Farouk, hello. Vernati. Yeah, let's run it up, guys. Yeah, so I mean, you know, it really depends on who you talk to. Again, I will never crap on a certain instrument because I think everyone has their thing. And so when you're thinking about the fact of like using key instruments, you just got to make sure that you understand why you're using it, you know? Like why does that make sense to you? Like Fibonacci's, for me personally, I only use the 50% retracement. I don't use any other time frame. Oh, sorry, I don't use any other part of the fib. And honestly, if you actually talk to institutional traders, I think most institutional traders would probably tell you that the Fibonacci retracement is it's a pointless instrument. Why do they say that? I don't know. I just know that there's not a lot of people who bear a lot of weight on that. This 1R long, by the way, on gold is like moving quite nicely already at this point. I think 1R was about right here. Yeah, we would like, you're literally a tick away from the 1R spot. So it'd be about right. There. Fibs help. Yeah, where would you take the next short on the NQ? I'll take a look at the NQ chart in just a bit here. What's going on, Maroki? Sam, Ace in the house. What's going on, man? Glad to be here. Just winding down from busy weekend. RB. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot going on, man. That's a lot. It's been a big, crazy couple weeks for me too, man. I mean, I'm actually making a lot of big life decisions right now, and like on top of everything that I do on a day to day, it's added a lot of strain to my overall day for sure. So right there, guys, TP hit for 1R for gold. And then again, using that concept of what I just said, where we had so much selling pressure here, if we could get a retracement, maybe 50% retracement. Now, obviously, 1R was much well under the 50% retracement. If we were to go for 50% retracement, you'd basically be shooting for 2R, right? You can humbly get 10 points, right? That would basically be kind of the idea of what you would be looking for if you were trading that. Again, fibs, not my cup of tea, but I get it. I understand it. I understand why people like it. So just wanted to share my input on that one. I know you guys asked a question about NQ, where I took a short. So as of right now, man, it's kind of hard to short this. It's really hard to short this. It's like, you know, I'm in that position where like I don't want to long it because we haven't tested the level yet, but I don't want to short it either because like the chart looks like we could curl and I don't know. So a lot of times for me, and this is where patience comes into play, guys, when you are in a situation where you're like, I kind of want to do it, I kind of don't, take that as a signal, guys. If you don't know, don't take it. Don't gamble, right? It's just so important to understand that because I think for us traders, especially when we're learning, we fall victim to like taking those random shots because we're like, oh, it kind of looks like it might work out. Let's take a stab at it. Now, if you understand the risk that comes with making those decisions, then obviously power to you. But don't get upset and don't tilt over it because if you made a poor decision, then you kind of have to accept that, right? So just kind of my 2 cents on the matter. Got 119 thumbs up, guys. We're about, 81 thumbs away from doing a 50K account giveaway with a gang. Okay, just reading up the chat here. I finally passed those 4 Apex Country New York sessions, the most stressful accounts yet. Ah, nice job. Congratulations, Dennis. Way to go, man. Oh, Ace. Okay, I was just going to say, I was like, Ace, are you the same Ace? What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, what's going on, Kavita? I was just talking about the gold trade earlier. We were before you. I don't know if you were hopped on prior to or you just hopped on, but I was referring to the Fibonacci retracement with that big 15-minute selling bar. That was kind of like the signal of like if we didn't get follow through continuation down, and we started kind of holding price, then you could kind of use that like 1R model of like trying to shoot for that 50% retracement. Now a 1R would have been not even 50%. Like I think that's like 61. I can't remember what the exact Fibonacci number would have been, but definitely you didn't even need to shoot for that much. And that's where like the lower risk component comes into play, right? What kind of decisions are you deciding on live therapy sesh together? What type of decisions as in like, what am I looking for? So right now on the NQ, again, I know it sounds like I'm just such a big bull guy, but I would like to see us sweep the lows here. To be perfectly honest, I would like for us to, and I'll just draw this visual out just so that we can maybe reference it for throughout the session. But I would like to see us sweep the lows here, come down, and if we can find some sort of strong bullish sentiment, I would like to long the NQ. And the reason why is because I would much like to see us fulfill a daily bar breakout. So we'll see. I don't know if we're going to get that. I'm open to shorting for the continuation on the NQ, but the types of setup for continuation would have to look good for me. Like this is like so indecisive. I don't like that. So I personally wouldn't take this right now. So I'd rather just hold and wait. And then GC, again, I guess this could be one of those situations where we look for that 50% retracement fully on the trade before we short. But selling pressure has been so large on gold. I don't really even know why it's been so strong, to be perfectly honest. So right now, like this is another types of setup, and I don't know if I really want to take a stab at this right now. This is another one of those like 1R setups we can take. Right here. And I only say that because you're essentially kind of testing the candle low from where we were earlier on. But so I go what, 4.9, 4.9. So something like this is essentially what you would kind of shoot for. But I don't like shorting when we are like when it's this tiny of a lower high, especially after all that selling. So it doesn't make me feel comfortable. What kind of decision responses we need to ask you psychology question like that? I'm big on psychology, man. So yeah, 100%. How about taking off the one R at 25% of the fib and holding the other for the 50% of the fib? Ibrahim, are you referring to longs right now, or are you talking about shorts still? It's my 1 year trading anniversary, 0 payouts. I passed over 50 accounts, blown over 400 via vows. I keep getting aggressive gambling. Any thoughts on breaking bad habits? Yeah, man. I mean, Rye Guy, I think for me, you'll hear me say this a lot. My students get shit on by me quite a bit on this one. I think it's so important for you to understand when I talk about things like expected value, your edge, your strategy, it's truly understanding your probability rate as a trader, right? Like you don't want to be just taking setups for the sake of taking them. Like, again, if I'm trading evals, I'm more than happy to like dabble in trades and trade ideas. But generally speaking, if you're going funded, like I don't really want to risk on setups that are very poor, right? So in your scenario, right, I think you just have to, for all the traders who are on this right now on the stream, if you don't have a playbook, man, you got to create one. Like you can't trade without one. It just seems like gambling otherwise. Like that would honestly be my 2 cents on the topic. So for yourself, I know 1 year seems like a long time. Right, I've been doing this for 5 years, right? And so had I given up on year one, I wouldn't have had my basically 7-figure year that I had last year. So you just got to keep pushing through, right? You just got to keep pushing through, and this is where sometimes having an accountability partner is really, really helpful in trading. Like that's the reason why even when people reach out to me and they say they want to work with me, I always have to emphasize because a lot of people are so used to it in the social space because there's a lot of class content out there and there's nothing wrong with it, right? There's classes, boot camps, those kind of things. I think in the end of the day, the reason why I always stress that my mentorship is more than just class is because the class provides education, sure, but the mentorship is having someone that can hold you accountable, someone that you can talk to, someone that can call you out on your shit. You know what I mean? So it's no different from like a personal trainer. So I think Rika for yourself, I'm like maybe you have a friend or someone, a trading colleague of yours that might be able to say, hey, you know what? Like call me on my shit, right? I need you to call me on my shit. Sometimes you just need that, right? Because you like so many times when I'm working with my students, I'll question them like, why did you take that trade? And immediately they're just like, honestly, man, I don't know why I took that trade. It's like those are the moments when you're like, when you can recognize it, you can correct it. The worst thing we can do as a human being, let alone a trader, is that when we don't understand or we can't admit that we have a problem, how are you supposed to solve it, right? I know I'm kind of rambling here, but I'm hoping that kind of helps. Like, yeah, even a girlfriend could help, man. Like sometimes you just need to tell her, like, hey, by the way, like this is like my go-to thing. If I don't do this, just call me on my shit, right? So 100%, guys, 100%. What's going on, Woozy? Hopefully you're having a good day at work, assuming you're at work again. We're at 128 thumbs up right now with 236 viewers. We are missing about what, 60, was it 272? 72 thumbs up. 72 thumbs up, and we will get this giveaway going. My man Ron G, what is going on? Yeah, Clay, I would say, I don't know mechanical, but yeah, I have a checkbox. So everyone has their playbook, right, of what they kind of look for. And some playbooks can be very simple. I know that like I don't know Tori trades, for example, her trading style, but I've seen it on YouTube before. And so like, for example, if you are a trend line trader, I would imagine that like your check boxes are probably trend line driven with time frame analysis. Outside of that, I wouldn't know what else there would be. Some people are VWAP traders, right? Like maybe you primarily take trades on VWAP, which essentially means that if you were like trading the session right now, if you miss the initial VWAP rejection up here at like 6:42 Pacific Standard Time, you're basically not trading at this point. You're just waiting. You're just waiting until it comes back to VWAP, right? So there's different kinds of styles, but yeah. Also, my defense, I was group trading. What does your playbook look like? I have a document that lists my entry conditions at high level and my trading rules and such. I've been working more on my detailed trade execution info. Do you prefer copy trading or rotating accounts? So I'll just answer a few of those questions. Playbook, for me, market conditions, technical analysis, preferences, instruments, psychology. It's a list of everything. I would say anything that kind of contributes to why you take a trade and could impact your trade decision making should belong in your playbook. I mean, this is no different from, I know you guys know I talk about this a lot in business, right? Is that like in a business plan, you generally would have like specific things that you would look at, like what are non-negotiable as part of your business plan. Trading is the same thing, right? I think you should ensure that you are very specific about what that looks like for you. And no, I do not copy trade. I tried copy trading before. If you watch my Apex video that I posted on YouTube before, I talked about that actually. I've copy traded before. I passed 20 accounts at once, but I just had really hard time managing my mentals on 20 accounts and copy trading. So I just don't, I stopped doing that. So when people don't realize it, but when I say that I had achieved a $90,000 payout with Apex, I didn't do that with 20 accounts. I did that with one account. I actually scaled up a 50K account with Apex to my uncapped $80,000 payout. But if you include my $2,000 payouts leading up to it, it was a total of basically $90,000 of payout. But I did that with one account. So yeah, copy trading is not my cup of tea. I've also had people that say to me, "Oh, Alan, if you copy trade 20 accounts, you know, that 80K payout would have been worth over millions, right?" But I just know myself that there's no way I would have been able to manage myself to that much if I was copy trading. I was only able to do what I did because mentally I was able to do that on a single account. So again, one man's opinion. I know a lot of traders out there that find a lot of success copy trading. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm not good at it. I would dress. We do that until you're consistent. Yeah, 100% Ron. I agree with you. Just long on gold on 4641. Nice. Oh, are we going for that 50% retracement? We're going for the 50%. This is like a nice, so this is like a nice 2-minute double bottom with a 5-minute failure to go lower. Push up, we use to the 50% retracement spot. So that was, so money bag, nice long. I don't know what your target is on that, but if not, I would at least trim at the 50% retracement spot, which is 46.56. That's what I would personally do. I like what Ron said, 200%. Trade with one, get paid out, slowly scale up from there. I think that's like kind of you're earning your stripes. Woozy, what was the question regarding? Sorry, can you clarify that? Alex, your question. Oh, for the NQ. Not really. I wouldn't. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I don't know what you want to call that. Double top, triple top. Yeah, I wouldn't consider that a head and shoulder though. Again, personal opinion. Thanks, L7 Trader, man. Appreciate it. I know a lot of people do so well copy trading, so it's like, you know what, to each their own. If you're good at it, man, like power to you, bro. Like I wish I could. I just know myself. I can't do it, man. I don't got the cojones to do that. We're officially at the gold's 50% retracement spot now, guys. Of that 15-minute sell-off candle. Awesome. That's great to hear, right, guy? Love that, man. Hope we have 139 thumbs up. I'm missing 61 thumbs up. We get 61, and then we'll rock a giveaway, a 50K giveaway with Apex. Yeah. You know what's really painful, guys, man, about the copy trading? I remember copy trading was like my first accounts with Apex. I bought 20 accounts all at once, which by the way took forever. They're gonna have group purchasing now, so that's gonna speed up the process. But I remember getting them, and I was so excited. I passed all 20 accounts on one day. I longed NQ, and it just worked out for me because the intraday didn't even matter because like literally the chart just rocketed, right? And so I was excited. I was like, okay, great. I have like 20 accounts. I traded those 20 accounts for like I think about a couple of weeks, and then I blew them. You know, like the intraday trailing between me and this was in early days. Like I haven't had a lot of experience trading intraday trailing drawdown at that moment in time in my trading career, so I didn't have all the mechanics and the nuances figured out. But I just remembered it was so rough. Like I was after blowing those accounts, all I remembered was I had spent 20 accounts times $17, multiply that by another $100 for the activation fee. And so now at this point of base, I'm like $2,600 in the hole. And I just think to myself, like, holy crap, I just blew $2,600 worth of prop accounts, right? All in one go. Like maybe not one trade, because obviously it was over a couple of weeks, but the thought of that, it's hard. It's very difficult for me to get over. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get over that, which is the reason why I'm making the comments that I'm making about copy trading, right? I have students that copy trade and they do it successfully as well. Like one of my students with Top Step, he rocked like I think his first one was he rocked a 20K payout. Then he struggled for about 2 to 3 weeks. Then he rocked a 13K payout, and then he literally just locked in another 12K payout. And he copy trades all his accounts, right? That's how he does it, and it works for him. So I think, yeah, man, to each their own. If it works for you, it works for you. What's going on, Cheyenne? Yo, man, it's late for you. I'm surprised you're still up. Trying to scale and copy trade back to breaking, going to stick with one or rotating accounts. Yeah, rotating accounts is just better for me. I know it's slower, but you know what it is sometimes too, guys? Like we get so numb and caught up in this whole prop game payout thing. I just want you guys to really think about it. I don't know what walk of life you guys are coming from, but in what world could you make $2,000 USD clicking buttons, right? Like that's life-changing money. If you could do that once a month, that's a lot. So the way I look at it is that if you can rotate accounts and you can survive long enough to get that 2K payout every month, I mean, I would say that's pretty life-changing money. So like, even though you're looking at someone like me who's achieved so much, that's great and all, but can I sustainably do that every year? I don't think so, to be honest. I don't think I could, right? So I think that just being able to be comfortable enough to be like, you know what, this month I'm okay with making 2,000. Next month maybe I make 5,000. Then the next month maybe I make only 1,000. Either way, you're still making additional money on top of your day job. So that's why a big part of me is kind of like, don't rush it. And by the way, gold, you see, guys, you see this pullback. I'm not saying that gold can't continue higher, but we literally wicked the 50% retracement spot, and now we're holding, right? So we can still keep going higher on gold, but that's why I said that if I were to have taken a long there, I would have at least trimmed or closed off there. Bernardi, not tonight, man. Since Boljit called me out last night for not getting bubble tea, I got bubble tea tonight. I got a coconut milk with coconut pudding. Hey, what's going on, Aldo? Hey, thanks, Cheyenne. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, 100% money bag, 100%. Life pulling me in all directions, back to sport and keep learning. Grateful that you're doing this now. Hey, man, all good. Look, the market's always going to be here, guys. The market is always going to be here. No rush, right? What is the rush? Mindset of abundance, man. What can I use to copy trades? Copy trading platforms. There's a lot. Have a good night, Ron. Take it easy, man. Get some rest. In terms of copy trading, so I've been told there are platforms like TradeSyncer, and I think there's a thing called Apex Copier. Those would probably be good ones. Steve Carrasco, honestly, man, if you're not working, I wouldn't be trading, to be honest, man. It's one man's opinion, right? Like take what I say for a grain of salt. I don't know what you're going through, and I mean, if you're going through some tough times, I feel bad, right? Obviously, I don't wish that upon anyone. But I just find that if you don't have income coming in, it's just hard to trade because your trade, like, we always say that when you're trading, you need to trade the chart. You need to remove the P&L, remove the profits. But if you're trading and you need this to pay you because you're not making money anywhere else, I mean, that's very hard, right? It's very hard for you to be able to trade that way. And so I think that you'll take every loss much more personal, which will make it difficult for you. So that's my 2 cents, Steve, on that topic. Yeah, Jake. When I was in Singapore, man, I can't remember the brand anymore. You probably know what I'm talking about. Their coconut drinks were so good. Literally every day I bought one while I was out there. Refreshing the boba, 100%. So AB, I have a bias for up and down, and I basically watch to see if I can play it out. So I was bullish coming into the New York session today automatically, but then as we were setting up for the short, it obviously looked really, really good as we started making our way back down. Let's take a look at gold here. Give me a second. What is gold looking like on the FF indicator? Give me a second, gang. Yeah, honestly, Vernati, I don't blame you. Bubble tea has gotten so expensive now. It's actually really ridiculous. You know what? A 1 hour short trade on gold might not be a bad shot of an attempt. And I'm only saying that because right now, I mean, technically we haven't tagged the trigger line on the 2 minute. So I have an FF indicator here. I'll show you guys what I'm like constantly staring at. It's this. It's lagging, guys. I'm sorry. Give me a second. But it's the reason why I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not against a short gold trade, but we haven't technically tagged it yet. Give me a second, guys. I don't know why it's not screen sharing. Give me a second, guys. If it continues to not work, then I'm just gonna screw it. All right, I give up. It's not working. Sorry, guys. What time is it right now? 11:17. How many likes do we have so far? 150. Okay. We just need 50 more likes, guys. 50 more likes. I think that's reasonable, right? I'm gonna attempt the short trade on gold. Unless I'm gonna miss my entry now. There you go. I'm in. So we'll see what that does. Okay. Yeah, bubble tea's expensive, guys. Unless you're like in Asia, it's so expensive. Is it Mr. Coconut, Sam? I don't know. I can't remember if that's what it was. Yeah, I was gonna say like yeah, bubble tea is like oh man. You know when I was in like Taiwan and when I was like in what was it China? Oh my goodness, bubble tea was so cheap. You can get bubble tea for basically $2 Canadian, and so for you guys in the U.S. that's like equivalent to like a $1.20 or a $1.50. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what kind of bubble tea brands you guys have out there. Be very interesting to know. Let's see if I can switch the screen to still show you the indicator. No, still not working. I don't know what's going on. Why can't I show you the indicator? It's kind of pissing me off now. How many thumbs up do you got? I want to do this 50K giveaway soon, man. We got 155 thumbs up. I need 45 more thumbs up, and we will drop a 50K end of day drawdown Apex account giveaway. Do you use AMD? I don't know if that question's for me. I have no idea what AMD is. What is that? Hey, Darv, what's going on, man? What up, Gandhi? I've been traveling a lot, Asian countries, the past couple of years. It blows away how much better the quality taste, prices, and food. Oh, 100%. Dude, when I was in China recently, and it was my first time ever going to China, every place I went to get fried chicken was like bomb. Like it was so good. I don't know what the hell they do to their chickens, or maybe their chickens are just healthier than our chickens out here. But every fried chicken burger place I went to, or fried chicken in general, was just so good. So good. The only idea knows the microchip. That's what I'm saying too. Oh, accumulation. Oh, I don't trade ICT. That's ICT, right, guys? Is AMD that concept? That's technically considered an ICT concept, right? Oh yeah, I miss Japan. I'm going to Japan. When am I going to Japan? Oh yeah, I'm still 2 years away from Japan. I'm going to I'm going to Italy and France next year because my kids and we have like a bucket listing. So by the way, guys, this is actually why I trade. This is why I do the things that I do. It's not for the fancy things in life. It's so I can travel with my family. It's my kids' bucket list to hit up every single Disneyland around, and so we've hit up most of them already. So we're going to France next year, so we can go to the Disneyland in Paris, and then we're gonna hit up Italy because I really want to see Italy. It's always been on my bucket list. And then we're heading to where are we going after that next year? And then I think we're going to Vietnam at the end of the year. And then the year after that, I'm going to Japan. So got a lot of plans, traveling plans figured out, but that's where my money's going, man. Traveling. That's what I like to do. That and obviously helping my family. As you guys already know. If you guys have been following me from the streams, you guys already know how much I've done for my family and well, how much I continue to do for them. Oh, I have no hate on ICT, bro. I just don't know anything about it. I think you guys know by now, if you guys are following me for my comments for long enough, I don't hate on anyone's strategy, right? Because in the end of the day, like I said, everyone finds success with every kind of trading instrument. Who am I to say otherwise, right? Am I going to hit TP or is it going to wick me out? Let's see what it does here. I'm like so close. I hate it when this happens. Look at this. What is this? What is this cheese? What steps did you take in order to put yourself in a state where you could win blow so many accounts as you said with Apex? Honestly, man, like that's what I'm saying. Rotating accounts is important. You have to just have the ability to be able to manage your tilts and manage your accounts better, right? In that regard, I'm not feeling good with the way that 2-minute close. I really hope I get follow through because otherwise, I'm gonna. Okay, there you go. Hey, 1R trade. So that's 1R locked in gold, guys, on my TPT Pro account. So I think with that, that was what, $600. I'll be able to withdraw $600. If I don't take another trade at all, I'll be able to make $600. Or sorry, I'll be able to pay myself $600 by end of day New York tomorrow. So, sorry, I'm just catching up the trade. But yeah, guys, just sorry. Back to my comment about it. I definitely don't hate on anyone's trading system, any trading style. Look, man, if you can make money and you can be consistent and you can be confident, who cares? Who cares what you trade, right? Like, it doesn't really matter in the end of the day. What nationality are you, if you don't mind me asking? What language do you speak? Right guy. Was that question for me, bro? Was that for someone else? About the language. Yeah, man. Traveling and food, baby. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Oh yeah, 100% will. I stay for always. I always stay for the fireworks. When my family and I, when we go for Disneyland, we actually we close the night out. We're there at open and we close the night out. And I'll tell you right now, we used to do it without kids. It was a lot easier. Doing it with kids, my goodness, it's a whole different ball game. Yeah, Vietnam is. I've heard is beautiful. Honestly, man, I'm just saying there's a lot of propaganda in both sides. I'm sure there's propaganda on the other side of the world. There's propaganda on our side of the world here in North America, and you're just told all this stuff. Honestly, I've traveled to the other side of the world. It's everyone's got their pros and cons. I think it's amazing over there, man. I heard in Italy, wine is basically the price of water, which is just insane. That's a whole nother thing. It's kind of like bubble tea is cheaper than water, and in Italy, wine is cheaper than water. At least that's what I've been told, anyways. Hey, you took a quick profit. Nice job. What is that? Laleni? Laleni. Nice job. What I want to see gold hold. Yeah, I mean, right now, I think gold can tag this channel. I would like to see, like, if we can get a nice candle hold at this channel, I'm interested in taking longs, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm probably going to want to take NQ longs more than anything, depending on how we shape up here. And by the way, guys, this is what I meant by I didn't want to short NQ. I would still be in this trapped trade right now, right? And if you guys remember what I asked a question last stream, I said, what would you guys do in this situation, right? And, you know, I would say avoid it to all hell can be. Thank you, bro. Profit secured. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, yeah, for me, so I'm a banana. I think I told you this before. I say I'm a banana because I'm Asian on the outside. I'm very white on the inside. So ethnicity-wise, I'm Chinese. That's my ethnicity of my mom and dad and stuff like that. But I'm so Western influenced in a way where like I actually get along with Caucasian people more than I do Asian people half the time. So one of my best friends actually is Italian. So yeah. Anyways, that's me. I'm the banana. Hey man, needs your thoughts on this. Been blowing funded while using MNQ, but passing evals using NQ. Should I switch to one MNE on my fundeds? So I think that it's too hard to answer a question broadly like that because I don't know what makes up your mentals and makes up your trades. Generally speaking, how you trade your evals is how you should trade your funded, unless, and it's a big unless you know your edge in the market. Like if you have an edge in the market, then that's a very different conversation. Then you can like speed up the eval phase and get straight to funded. But otherwise, though, I would say that you shouldn't weave too far away from each other, because the idea is that the eval is your warm up so that you can trade to your funded, right? So I don't know. It depends on what your stats are telling you, man. It's a little hard to give kind of like verbatim advice on stuff like that. Vernadi, did you just say you took 5 minis on that short trade that I just took? Yeah, I have a pet. I have a big white fluffy dog. I actually have a Samoyed. If you follow my Instagram, you would, I think you would have seen it before. He's like a 65-pound Samoyed. Nice. Going to Vietnam next month. Killer. Yeah, you definitely want to go before it gets too hot. Yeah, that's crazy. Wine cheaper than water. Wild. What's gold doing now? So guys, you guys saw what I made the comment on, right? Bam, right there, that fib. Again, I may not be a fib trader, but that was pretty banging, right? We saw a big sell-off bar. We retraced 50% of the move, started getting some candle confirmation. I took the short trade for 1R. You definitely could have locked way more than 1R, but all is good. I was content with the 1R trade. What was here? Was it right here? I think it was. I already forgot where my thing was now. But yeah, based on this, you could easily have locked in 2R, which is banger, right? So hopefully that this kind of stuff makes sense. I'll tell you right now, as a mentor who teaches students, even if I don't trade the system or I don't trade that style, I can still coach it. And this is an example of that. I'm not a Fibonacci trader, but I for the most part, I can understand the concepts of them. And that's usually a lot of times how I coach different individuals on stuff like that. We're at 160 likes. I need 40 more thumbs up, gang, and we'll rock this 50K giveaway. Okay, 5 micros, Benatti. That makes a little bit more sense. I'm like, damn, 5 minis? You fucking ballsy. Yeah, it is true. It's pretty hot there probably right now. What's the best eval product to get right now? I know that is a broad question, but someone's just getting back into trading. So I personally think like there's a few ways to go, but I honestly would recommend any account that has the least amount of rules. So right now with code RT, you can do a 40% off lucid trading account. I would go for the flex plan, because there's basically no consistency rule. There's like no rules at all. So it's like the easiest account to trade. So I generally would recommend that. Otherwise, if I were to recommend another one in this space right now, My Fund of Futures has some pretty good base plans as well. I can't remember what they're called anymore because it's been a little while since I've touched My Fund of Futures, but they also have their entry accounts as well that you can probably go for. If you can get over the intraday trailing drawdown, Apex, I think, is still doing their 90% off with code RAKE or code RT. And those are super cheap. But the problem is obviously when you get to the funded phase, you're going to be in intraday trailing drawdown. If you're still getting back into it, I think that's probably the best way to get back into it anyways, because at least the accounts are cheap. So like if you do blow them, they're not as bad. That'll be my 2 cents. So she trades micro. I'll get back to the NQ question here. So I need to simmer down these boxes because they're too. So the reason why I don't like it is because for me, I don't like taking trades in the middle of nowhere. And so when I look at this, I like this lower high failure because, not failure, sorry. I like this lower high continuation because I already had my area of interest here, right? So basically what happened here is that we faked the retracement back up and we closed back beneath my area of interest. So for me, that makes sense for me to take that short. Whereas this, we're in the middle of nowhere. We're actually in between an area of interest for me and in between a level. So for that reason, this is just not an ideal setup, which is why I would not take it. Hopefully that answers your question. She trades micros. Money bag. Let's go. Nice work. Nice work. Josh, don't FOMO, man. Darv, I just use the regular VWAP. Nothing fancy. Just trade with Dr. Akshay. Can you rephrase that question for me, please? Apologies, I don't really understand what you meant by that. I prefer base hits when I'm on my eval, maybe since I'm in the trend for a short amount of time. Unlike then, when I'm using micros on a fund account, I'm exposed to the trade longer. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying though, Tan. You can't change up your strategy too much in between because it's so confusing, right? It's hard to find consistency if you're like hopping back and forth. We need 34 more thumbs up, guys. 34 more thumbs up, and we'll rock that giveaway. VTech, I will never forget your name, man. Hard to forget my first car. What's going on, man? Just got a top up account past the 3K limit, but in order to switch to funded, you have to start with consistency. This is way different than Lucid. Do they not have the 5-day model money bag? Did they eliminate that now? Is it only the 40% consistency rule? That's kind of weird. What is my favorite RR? S the Matrix. What do you mean by that? Can you clarify that question for me? Yeah, smash the like button, guys. Come on. Come on. Yeah, let's get to 200 likes. We're almost there. We need 21 more thumbs up, guys. 21 or 21? 29. Sorry, 29. Please explain the logic of those levels you draw on the chart. I mean, very subjective question. I say very subjective because I think someone asked this question on yesterday's stream. What do you want to mark, right? You want to mark prior day bars. You want to mark prior week's bars. You want to mark opening prints, hourly levels, 4-hour levels, channels. I mean, there's so much, and that's the reason why when you look at my chart, I have lines on all 3 time frames, and that's because I separate them so that it's easier for me to see them. Because if all of these lines were molded into one chart, it would be like a cluster F. Like I wouldn't be able to even see my chart. So I personally like to move them around, but generally, in the most general cases, any kind of level, any kind of marker point obviously represents a spot of interest for you. One of my things I want to do, VTech, actually, as my kid gets older, if he's still into cars, I'll tell you right now, this is the thing about me. I would probably never ever get myself into a Lambo or Ferrari. Maybe never say never, but at least for the next decade, I probably won't. I would much rather like build a car out just for passion because I'm a JDM enthusiast. So like I'm hoping my kid loves cars when he grows up because if he ever wanted to, I would buy either an EM1 EK, either of those, right? And I would probably build that thing ground up, put a B18 C7 motor swap in that, and like you know the drill, right? Like that's something I would love to do. Like that for me would be more passion and more enjoyable than hopping in a super luxurious car. And that's just because of, again, I don't care about being in a fancy car. It's not the attention I want anyways. But I really enjoyed it. It would be something cool that I'd be able to do. Because when it was my first car, I didn't have enough money to actually build my car. Because again, I was in high school, right? But now I have money. So it's like, man, I could easily just import all the parts over from Japan and build it out. So it's on my bucket list to do. Oh, okay. Your question about RR. I don't have a favorite. So I would say between 1 to 3 R is kind of where I generally trade within most of the time. Lucid Flex depends on the account. 50K, 100K, 150K. It really depends. It's in the FAQs. They do provide that. I think the 50Ks allow a $1,500 payout. I think that's what I remember. How would you ideally like to trim a position on a plus setup that continues to work? So generally, I base it on R multiple, like trim for 2R, 3R, 4R. That's generally how I would trim. Yeah, JDM, baby. Let's go. Is this your live account? If you're talking about my trading account, it's my Take Profit Trader Pro account. So it is my daily payout account. So I locked in, I think, $600 earlier. So that so far, assuming I don't take a single trade between now and the end of session, I can withdraw that $600 tomorrow. EJ1 Turbo, eh? Oh, damn. I know probably a lot of people who are in this chat right now probably have like no idea what the code names are that we're talking about. B18 C7s, C5s. Yeah, I know, winner. I could do that right now. I want to do it with my kid. I want to see if he wants to do it. Like it's definitely going to be a passion project for me. Plus, I don't have enough room for any more cars. I got like 3 cars in the family. Is it 3? I have 4 cars in the family. I can't buy another car. Yeah, that Resto Mod Melsa car. I've seen it. I've seen it in the US. Oh, what is that car? What is that? Vanguard? I think they're called Vanguard Motors. I've seen the Resto Mods, man. They look so good. I'm not even an American muscle guy, and I will say when I look at the old like 60s and 70s like Mustangs and whatchamacallit, Corvettes and Camaros, man. Oh, they look so good. GT3 RS. I know, I know. Would I rather own an MK4 Supra or an R34 GTR? GTR, 100%. Not even a question. I like Supras, don't get me wrong, but if we're comparing those two, I'd go for GTR. I mean, all-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive, not even a question. It's like, for me, it's the daily driver, right? Yeah, I don't have any videos on how I draw the lines because like it's very subjective, to be honest. It's like unlike the mastermind levels that are very like binary in how you do it. My other marker points are not as binary as that. I know this question is going to keep coming up. So just to answer the questions, right? Like I go basically on every time frame: weeklies, dailies, hourlies, 4 hour. It just depends on what the chart looks like. We'll decide kind of where I draw my lines. You have 3 shit boxes and they don't even 3 don't. Oh, sorry, you have 6 shit boxes and 3 of them don't run. Man, well, it sounds like you have a lot of garage space, my man. K series. I know. I used to actually have an Acura RSX K20 motor. I had a full. Actually, my brother-in-law was crazy with his mods. Like his RX. So man, I can't talk tonight. His RSX had a full Mugen body kit on that thing, and he like removed all the rear seats, so it was a roll cage and everything. That thing moved. It was pretty banging. Restrict. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, so we're tagging the level now in the NQ, but I need to see some sort of relief here before I would even think about taking a long. All right, can we get one final pump of push on thumbs up, guys, before I rock this 50K giveaway? Because I'm going to rock in like 2 minutes here. Godzilla. All right, gang. I am gonna do the giveaway with you guys now. Just because I know some of you guys are like desperately waiting for this too, so I don't want to hold you guys up. But like I said, drop a thumbs up in the stream right now, gang. And basically for the next minute, I am not in a trade right now, VTech. I got out of my trade already. I'm up $600 so far on the night. Yeah. So basically, because I don't know how to use the bot. Basically, looking for you guys to drop some W's here. So if you guys could drop some W's in the chat here for the next minute, I'm gonna pick a name at random here. So have at it, guys. www and drop a like on the stream, guys. Drop a like on the stream. If you drop a like on the stream, that's how you participate in this giveaway. Okay. But in a 60 seconds, or probably less than that now, I will pick a random winner. Let's do this. Let's do this. Run it up. Run it up. Oh. Less than 30 seconds left, gang. And when I say stop, guys, please stop, because I don't want you guys to spam this thing too much. All right, I got my winner here. You guys can pause now. This is for a 50K end of day drawdown account with Apex Trader funding. Winner is She Trades Micros there. Apex 50K winner. DM me, please. DM me. And don't worry, I know every single time for some of you guys, I know I've had people come out here and be like, oh man, giveaways are rigged. I can guarantee you, for anyone who's been following this stream for the past 2.5 weeks, not a single duplicate has been given away. Every single time we've done a giveaway, it's been a brand new person. So this is not one of those things, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So for the winner, please reach out to me on Instagram. I just dropped my link there. DM me and I will send the code over to you. Okay? Oopsie. Sorry. DM me on Instagram, okay? All right. Can we catch a trade here? So London's about to open here soon, guys. As you guys know, you guys have been tuning in for long enough. I'm going to wait. We'll see what the London volume gives us, and then I'm going to decide what we do here. Like I said, for gold, if we can get a nice, like, strong failure to go lower here at the channel here, I'm interested in taking a stab at longs, but that's what I would need though. I would need some sort of a strong setup here for me to even want to take that. So we'll see. In terms of NQ wise, so we're finally at the level here. I want to see how we react here as well. If we get a volume push down, like a spike beneath the level, and we close above it, then I'm interested in taking a stab. Understanding that I am setting up a counter trend trade versus the overall intraday. So I'd have to see that first. Otherwise, yeah, I'll see if it comes back down, because we did test the lows on New York here. So if we can, maybe we'll sweep the low here before we have our big push up over the London session going into New York. We do have FOMC coming up here on Wednesday, and we have a consumer report coming out tomorrow. So obviously we have to be cognizant of that as well. Anytime I would say Globex, Tokyo, London, those three openings I will always pay attention to. They generally hold quite a bit of weight on how the price and chart sets up for us. So yes, I would be watching that. So CPI is basically it's news, right? It's consumer report index. So when that news comes out, generally speaking, the volume on the chart will move significantly, either up or down. Hence why people will trade them as YOLOs, because they're either it's a boom and bust. You're either going to pass it immediately or you're going to fail it immediately. What was your biggest losing streak? So it depends on what time period you're asking that question for. And also, are you defining a losing streak based on days, or are you basing a losing streak on trades? So Soul Shift, if you can ask that question a little bit more clearly, I can provide you the best answer possible. Get some sleep, man. Get some sleep, Deathwork. So I mean, news is news, right? Like they obviously play a factor in terms of like how we want to view the market. Generally speaking, there are some news that takes place that will generally means that you'll range a little bit beforehand, so you don't get any follow through. Whereas some are going to be super violent, right? So I guess as far as changing expectation goes, I generally look at the overall average move on the day. I think I talked about that a couple streams ago about that too, but that's generally how I would gauge how I would want to manage my trades. So Soul Shift, I know you're saying both. I mean, in terms of the most amount of losing trades in a row, I can't honestly. I don't even. I'd have to look at my journals to be honest, because these days I would say in the past recent, most amount of trades I would have lost back to back was probably 3 trades. Losing streaks on the day, that doesn't happen often actually for me, and that's because I rotate accounts, right? So if I have 7 funded accounts, and let's just say I lose 3 trades, right? In between 2 different accounts, but then the next few accounts I win 3 trades. And depending on the R multiple on that, I could still come up on top. So if you actually have seen my Instagram and you follow it, because I post my monthly recaps all the time on Instagram, you will see that I do get red days, but it doesn't happen often. And that's because I rotate accounts. It's not that I'm not losing. I'm 100% losing trades. But it's the probability rate of me rotating accounts that keeps me in the green by the end of the day. So it's rare that all 7 of my fund accounts end up in the red. Like that does not happen often. Like that's very rare. No worries, Anam. Have a good night, man. Nice job, Moneybag. Bullshit. Let's go, buddy. Okay, seriously, man. Lock that shit up. Don't overpush tonight. Satori, you took the NQ long. What made you want a long, my friend? You're 13 minutes away from London Open, so it's a little risky. Yeah, right, guy. You cray. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. What would this be worth? Interesting. Yeah, NQ is like getting slapped around right now. We're dying off. We're dying off in the NQ after the melt off of that range we just had. S the Matrix. I'm from Vancouver too, man. You're in my backyard, my friend. If you follow me on IG, you probably see all the places I visit. You probably recognize half the food places I'm visiting. Oh, you lived there for 20 years, man. Look at that. Well, we had really good weather last week, but it was pretty cold today, so our weather's a little bipolar here. Do I take? Yeah, I do. I literally just took a trade earlier. I took a gold short trade earlier for 1 hour, about $600. 10 minutes left till London opens, gang. If you guys are wondering why I'm waiting, I do not like trading minutes before any opening print. It's not ideal. It's an easy way to get wrecked. I don't trade the first opening. The soonest I would ever take a trade is 15 minutes. Otherwise, I like to wait 30 minutes. On the seldom occasion, and I mean seldom, I will take off the open. And the only reason why I do that is because the pre-market is setting up nicely for a breakdown on the chart or a break up on the chart. But those are very seldom though. Hey Satori, where's your stop loss in your trade, by the way? $309. What's that for a weird thing people have? When the market is pumping, they want to short, and when the market is dumping, they want to long. You know what it is, man? Like I actually say this to a lot. Like I talk about this a lot with the students as well, is that like it's crazy because I find that like whenever we're in ranging markets, people are constantly holding trades for large moves. And then suddenly when we finally trend, instead of holding the large moves, they try to reverse the move. It's weird. It's very weird. It's just what people do, man. You know what it is that I think that what happens is that when people are counter trending a trade, they just see the opportunity of how much it could retrace. And I think they're just so focused on that, right? I think that's a lot of times what happens. We are 7 minutes away from market open. For London, that is. I like how you stalled out with a bunch of lower wicks, which shows the fail to break down laws could start to be in play, but just wait right now. Yeah, don't fight the trend, man. The trend's your friend. Man, I'm so stiff right now. I'm gonna set some alerts here for myself. You guys got any questions for me while we're waiting for this opening? I mean, PM, I think you kind of answered your question yourself, man. If you know that that happens to you, you got to stop doing it. Yes, top stay is a 2-day eval pass. Darv, are you asking how long have I been trading? If so, it's been 5 years in total, but only 3 of those years that I take it really seriously. Yeah, I do. I do trade under an LLC, the equivalents of an LLC. But that's because I'm an entrepreneur, right? So I am a business owner first. So I'm just leveraging what I already use in business, but I'm just trading through it. So it just makes sense for me. Yeah, so money bag, basically you're trading, if you have a 50K account, you're looking for $1,500 per day. When I say take it seriously, as in like that's when I officially started learning. Like in the first couple years, I'm gonna just basically straight up say that I was gambling because although I had success doing certain things, like I didn't really like if you asked me to describe my strategy during my first 2 years, I probably couldn't tell you what my strategy was. Like it was hard to kind of go through that. So I took it more seriously. That's essentially when I met Jake. When I met Jake Ricci, that's when I officially started taking trading seriously. And as I started to learn more and more about it, I started to refine my trading over the course of time. I do trade basically almost every day, but I don't have to. Like if I skip a day, it's not the end of the world. I don't care. Um, but I do trade basically every day, and I maximum trade is two trades per account. But if there are a lot of days where I don't even end up getting to my account, so it's pretty natural. She trades micros. Yeah, I did trade Asia today on my other account. I took two trades early today. I hit my stop loss on my Alpha Futures account, so I stopped that account. I took another trade. Which one did I take it on? I think I took it on my Top Step account. I think it was, yeah. And then obviously, you guys saw me take this trade with my Take Profit Trader account. So I'm a structure VTech. I'm a structure bar by bar trend range trader. Like I do all of it. Price action is very important to me. I leverage the indicators as my conviction and confluence for my trade setups. Um, but generally speaking, I don't take trades in the middle of nowhere. Same reason why I wouldn't take a position right now on this chart on the NQ, because for me this is like a middle of nowhere trade. Yeah, I can see why you want to take a continuation short there. It'd kind of be like a break. It'd be like a retest of the range rate up there. I can see that. Larger time frames always, weekly, dailies, 4 hour, that type of deal. I use that to kind of generally gauge a sense of where the chart wants to go, and then I execute on the smaller time frames. I missed when you were talking about levels. At what time frame or how do you set your levels? On all of them, to be honest. Like it would be larger time frames, like hourlies, dailies, that type of deal, right? For the level component of things, right? And then otherwise on the small time frames, I'll draw out spots just for like visual aid, kind of like this, right? Where I kind of just drew this box here. I draw them out as visual aid so that I can kind of see it, and it helps me kind of better see the structure when I'm training. London's going to open in 1 minute here. Oh, I should say 18 seconds. I have the gold chart up here on my left-hand side, and I have the NQ chart to my right. Let's see what we do here, gang. So hard to ignore how weak gold has been. Gold, if you can hold below the 4649 area on gold, might be able to continue downwards again. Let's see there. Satori. Darb Trader, I'm a big fan of backtesting. As a business person, I think that if you don't study your environment, it's hard for you to be successful. So yeah, I play a big emphasis on backtesting, and I've done a lot over the past couple of years. It's what gave me the confidence to do what I do. The way I look at it is that how do you know your expected value if you don't backtest, right? Gold just tapped the 46, 48 area that I was talking about just now. It just tapped it. So what we do here. Yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere right now. Can't take a trade like this right now. We gotta wait. $312, yeah. Basically, right now for the NQ, I'm kind of looking for us to come test this channel. That's what I'm looking for. Like, even you can attempt the short right now if you really want to. Like, this is the problem, right? Sometimes, like, I think we try to capitalize on both sides of the move. Like, you could totally short this and short towards the channel. I mean, I don't see why, like, I don't see why you wouldn't want to, like, or like, why someone would want to. Sorry, I should probably say. Like, this is a reasonable 1R. Probably get about like $300 on this trade. Right there, risking. I probably wouldn't shoot for more than that though, just because like I think that there's a risk that we bounce. Could bounce sooner than that. Let's see if we get the entry. There you go. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a push. I'm okay with taking 2 quick trades here before we log off. Usually I log off by now though. I don't stick on a trade. So if I lose this trade, all good. I'll take 1 more and then I'll call it, because technically I'm past 4 minutes past already. Catch up on the chat. How do you feel about clear targets? What channel? There's just entry model. There's no entry model, unfortunately. Yeah, it's true. There isn't. There isn't much. So we'll see. If I get stopped out, not a big deal. I made $600 on my gold trade. I'm risking 300 right now. So if I lose this trade, I'm still up $300 on the night. So we'll see. We'll see if we get follow through on this or not. Target on the short is just 310. 310.50. Risk target, risk stop loss at 341.50. So I want to wait for my longs down here. So if we do get a reclaim back above the level right now, let's say it stops me out and reclaims that, I'm open to longs. 5 TPT pros at the moment. Yo. Yeah, if I was risking 5 TPTs right now, I would not be taking an entry. I might get stopped out here. Safer stop probably would have been above the level, to be honest, but because of the fact that I was saying that I was shooting for like the R that I was shooting for, it just didn't seem right. Because I'd have to shoot for 20 points, which would be down here. Which is too risky, right? Like, let's say like I were to, oh, never mind, I got stopped out. Couldn't move it anyways, but yeah. So based on that move, I'm interested in longs right now, to be honest. This is why I said I want to keep my stop loss above the level. I like the way we're shaping up the longs right now. Yeah, that's fair, Zeo. That was good. I mean, that wasn't a good short anyways, man. I took my stab of it. Let's see, what does this chart look like right now? Yeah, I am thinking about moving my stream, but right now it's a little bit tough. A little bit tough, man, based on the time zone and everything for me. So just to recap, guys, I'm up $300 on the night just because I made $600 in gold, lost $300 in NQ. Not sure if I'll take another trade. I do want to take one more. I do want a long, to be honest. Like, that's what I really want to do right now. But I'd like to see us get back above the level here. There's a forecast button tutorial on the side here, long or short, and you just click on it and it automatically opens up this window. Yeah, once you set it up, you just click on the create limit order and then you can select it. I guess if this actually goes down, continuing downwards, then yeah, it's unfortunate that I didn't move my stop loss above the level, but what can you do, man? I also didn't want to risk more. That's kind of a little bit part of it too. But generally speaking, you guys are probably seeing a theme. Like for me, I like to use levels or some sort of a reference point to decide my trade entries and exits. Otherwise, it's hard to, right? It doesn't make a lot of sense to. No problem, Satori. That 5-minute close. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, man. I'll probably call it a night too. I'm going to save my $300 of my payout and see what I can do either early morning before the New York opens or during the New York session. But thanks for tuning in, guys, man. I'll be on for the next couple nights again, so we'll see what we can get from the market. But yeah, I'll be doing giveaways every day this week, so we'll be locking in another one tomorrow. I'll see you guys on tomorrow, guys. Ciao, ciao. Have a good night, man. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in, guys.